Welcome to this week's WWE RAW Recap show brought to you by RP2 Division. Now here is your host, Ronald Ray.
Welcome, ma'ams and sirs, to another edition of WWE Monday Night Raw Recap. They're coming to you live at KFC Yum Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. I guess those folks in Kentucky don't eat their own chicken because I wouldn't exactly describe KFC as being good. They haven't been good in a long time. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Anyway, enough about me talking about bad chicken. And we get Seth Rollins coming to the ring, and when he gets there, he talks about he barely escaped last Monday with the U.S. title face of Bobby Lashley. Of course, we see where Bobby Lashley beat the total hell out of him. Then, as it looked like Austin Theory was successfully cashing in his Money in the Bank, Lashley decides to beat the hell out of him too. Anyway, tonight he announces that he will be defending the United States Heavyweight title against Finn Balor in the main event. This will bring in Bobby Lashley. He confronts Seth Rollins and says, "Hey, I want my United States title back." Mustafa Ali who of course also was a victim of the Bobby Lashley rampage last week, comes out and I guess he's wanting to shot the U.S. title too, but Lashley tells little Ali he needs to go back to the back unless he wants another beating. Mustafa Ali didn't pay attention, runs to the ring, and is met with a back elbow by Bobby Lashley. Lashley was turning his attention back on the Rollins, which allows Mustafa Ali to jump back in the ring and jumps on the back of Bobby Lashley. But Bobby, he would just dump him outside the ring and finally says, "Hey, if you want to do this, let's do it." And this gives Seth Rollins the opportunity to sneak out of the ring and tiptoe to the back. And he didn't want nothing to do with Bobby Lashley this week. And this is our first match of the week, Bobby Lashley against Mustafa Ali. Ali's pretty much playing Lashley's punching bag. He attempts a couple of comebacks, but no avail. Lashley would slap on a hurt lock and get the W. We get a little backstage promo with the OC with AJ Styles. They're talking about how they found a solution to the Rhea problem with Mia Yim. I think I kept calling Kim last week. I apologize. It's Mia Yim. And she announces that she'll be taking on Tamina later on, or right after the break. So we get the Mia Yim against Tamina. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio will come along ringside just to watch. This will distract Mia, allowing Tamina to attack her. Mia will get the advantage and quickly put away Tamina with a beat defeat. Rhea Ripley then teased a possibility of her coming to the ring and let them go at it, but Rhea Ripley will back off and say, "Hey, this ain't the time or place. You know the scenario. You're not worth my time, blah, blah, blah." Before this match gets on the way with Matt Riddle going up against Chad Gable, we get a backstage segment. Riddle states that Elias is doing rockstar things. That's the reason he's not there tonight. We get a back and forth shush and bro thing with Matt Riddle and Chad Gable. Then we get to the match. Decent match. The ending kind of wasn't executed properly, in my opinion. Just wondering how you go from a great program and even getting a win in the end against a top talent, or a top of the card talent like Seth Rollins, then come back, and then go from there to playing bongos, basically. Go back to comedy stuff. But I've always said Matt Riddle had a range, so hopefully it all works out in the end. Anyway, the finish would come when in between a comeback and trying to finish off Chad Gable, Matt Riddle would get Otis out of the way, but Gable would reverse into a backslide and dangles his feet while Otis holds him. And that's how he gets the win. Dude, you're supposed to press your feet against the ropes to put more weight on the shoulders. That way it makes them, never mind. Just a little tidbit there. Just being a little, what do you call it? I guess a little too old school, or I just noticed that, dingle on the feet really don't work that well. It doesn't sound like it will work well. Anyway, on to the next. And next we have Miz Smollett. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Pretty much said he paid Loomis to attack him to get a little sympathy from everybody. He felt underappreciated. This brings out John Gargano. Miz says he's sorry over and over again. He don't want to pay Loomis no more. Then Gargano says he talked with officials, and the match is made for Survivor Series with The Miz going against Loomis. If Loomis wins, Miz has to pay him, and he gets a contract. And of course, we see Loomis there dressed up as a cameraman and almost gets his hands on The Miz, but Miz was able to run off. But looks like John Gargano picked up a new sweater. Good for him. Next up, we have Shelton Benjamin against Dominic Mysterio. Benjamin would control most of the match and almost put Dominic away with ankle lock, but Ripley distracted the referee while Daniel Priest pulled Mysterio to the ropes. Priest, of course, would distract Benjamin, again allowing Mysterio to run Shelton Benjamin to the ring post. After that, he nailed a frog splash and got the W. We then get a backstage interview that pretty much sets up a match between Austin Theory against Dolph Ziggler. Next match we have is Io Sky against Dana Brooke. This basically display of what Io Sky can do. Brooke will get a couple moves in, but Io Sky will wind up getting the win using the moonsault. Earlier in the night, Mia Yim was asked by Damage Control if she would want to be their number 5 in the War Games match at Survivor Series. After the match, Mia Yim came out and said she's picked a side in the War Games, but it's not Damage Control. She chose to be Team EST with Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, which totally, blew my one of my predictions away. I was thinking maybe they, bring back Naomi and Sasha Banks, but no, it might be now Mia Yim is going to be the 4th member now, and I can see Candice. I think Becky Lynch is still injured, and maybe they might bring Sasha Banks. I mean, I can definitely see Candice, because she was one of the ones being attacked. I guess I didn't want to have too much of a big surprise, so it might be Candice. If they go for the big surprise, I guess it will be Sasha Banks, since they're in Boston and all that good stuff. Anyway, later on in the night, Rhea Ripley confronts Damage Control and says, "Hey, look, if Mia Yim is going to be on the one side, then she'll tag along with Damage Control in the War Games match at SummerSlam." Next up is Dolph Ziggler against Austin Theory. Looks like a different Austin Theory. He comes to the ring, no smiles, no selfies, all business. Good match here, told a good story. Theory being more aggressive and very focused, and Ziggler trying to be that veteran to teach him a lesson. Some good near falls and false finishers, or reverse finishers. Ziggler would reverse the A-Town down and into a sneaky sleeper. Theory, after being a sleeper for a while, would finally get out of it and hit the A-Town down. Instead of going for the win, he picks him back up and hits the A-Town down again. I think he does it for a third time. And third time, Ziggler will roll out of the ring. Austin Theory will follow him outside the ring, and he would just keep attacking Dolph Ziggler until the ref calls for it. Theory will wind up walking away saying, hey, he isn't a kid no more, he's the man, and that's that. During the course of the program, we've seen Baron Corbin playing cards with Akira Tozawa. Tozawa kind of got the upper end on the poker game. Now he looks to get a victory in the ring. Tozawa will get a lot of offense in this match, but in the end, Corbin will hit the end of days for the W. And now it's main event time for the United States Heavyweight Championship. Finn Balor, the challenger, against Seth Rollins, the champion. They lock up, do a lot of feeling around. Balor will get the advantage and start working on Rollins' neck. Rollins would attempt to come back and connect with a series of offense until Balor would cut him off with a sling blade. Excuse me. Now we get a full comeback from Seth Rollins, and looks like he's about to put Balor away. And that's when the Judgment Day show up, distract Rollins, and Balor takes advantage of it. This will bring the OC down, and they all brawl with the Judgment Day. As Balor looks to go for the coup de grace, he gets shoved off the top rope by AJ Styles. This gives Rollins the opportunity to hit the curb stomp and get the W, successfully defending his United States Heavyweight Championship. And this will cause the Judgment Day and the OC to brawl outside the ring, out in the crowd. But after the match, Austin Theory would come in and attack Seth Rollins, hitting multiple A-Town downs on Rollins. In the end, Austin would stand over Seth Rollins with the United States Heavyweight title in hand. Not too bad of a show. I like the little change they've done in Austin Theory. More focused, more aggressive. This change in his character has a chance to work out. And they're also doing a good job, in my opinion, making the United States Championship basically the main title on Raw, which I think was the plan to begin with. But you got Austin Theory trying to go for it. You got Bobby Lashley in the hunt. Hopefully, because Matt Riddle did get a shot at it a few weeks ago, but lost. So that kind of puts. Hopefully, they're trying to tell the story of Matt Riddle going from the bottom, going back to straight comedy with Elias against the Alpha Academy. But hopefully he starts working his way back up to be a serious contender for it. And now, doesn't the WWE have a performance center in like Orlando or something like that, where they employ top nutritionists and weight trainers? If they do, when he's not on TV, I think that's where they need to send Dominic Mysterio to work on his physique and kind of work on his ring work a little bit. the potential's there, the pedigree's there. This still needs a little more work. Anyway, that does it for me. Hope you guys take it easy and have a good one.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife Natural.